look, you shouldn't trust most business coaches, and I'll tell you why. It's because they don't know what they're talking about. A lot of them, what they'll do is they'll just, buy a bunch of other programs and just take what they got from those other programs and put them into their program without any actual practical experience for their business. Look, and I don't say this to insult people. In fact, look, I am a business coach myself. I'm a LinkedIn business coach. I help people get clients using LinkedIn, helping them scale their business to 6 and 7 figures just using LinkedIn. Now, I actually have credibility and proof behind my name. Look at this. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to pop on the screen my client results. You can just see, like, as we scroll down here, these are just some of the client results that we're getting very, very recently. The reason I chose to become a business coach is because I'm actually qualified for it. I ran a marketing agency for 4 years before I went into business coaching, meaning I learned the ins and outs. I was at the bottom, right? When I was running my marketing agency, there were times I couldn't pay for food for myself. There were times clients were saying no in front of my face. There were times, like everything wrong was happening. I literally got so bad when I was running my marketing agency that I got evicted from my office. I literally could not pay the rent. So I went through those trials and tribulations and still made it out. I ended up growing my marketing agency to a 6-figure level. Take this in. I did all of this from ground up. I was like a 22-year-old kid when I started this, and I did this for 4 years. So when I say like I have the experience, not only do I have like the business experience, I have the life experience too. So when I'm coaching my clients and they're stressed or whatever, I know what they're going through. I know how to get them out of those mental blocks. I know how to get them out of rock bottom. I know how to take them to the top. And I know, even for example, when they start making sales, how to double down on momentum when they get it, right? So that's why I'm a business coach, because I have this experience. I have the life experience. I have the business experience. I know the pitfalls to watch out for because I've been there. I've been in the court and I've been on the sidelines. I've been both. That's why I qualify myself. But the problem is most business coaches in the industry do not have this kind of experience. Take this in. When I was just switching into coaching, I thought to myself, well, okay, I'm leaving my marketing agency and I'm going to go into business coaching. Maybe I should learn the ropes from someone. So I enrolled in this guy's program. His name was Akbar. Thought he was a cool guy, right? He had I went on these like online groups, forums and all this stuff, saying like, who's the best business coach? And everyone was dropping his name, like, go follow Akbar, go follow Akbar. He's the best. So I said, okay, got on a call with him, and you know what, he seemed okay. He seemed a little weird, but I said, everyone has their own style, I'll take it. So I get on this, I say, okay, how much is your program? The guy told me his program was $7,500. I said, okay, whatever, let's do this. I get into his program, and the program to me honestly did not even remotely live up to expectations. Like literally there was like a lesson in there saying like, hey, you gotta like drink a lot of water. It'll keep you hydrated and get you more clients. There's things like that, right? Like I don't want to quote it word for word, but like I just took this course and coaching program from him and I was like, what is this? Now, I'm not just calling out him specifically. There's tons of coaches, but I'm just talking about my experience. So I get into this program, right? And the course itself was like, in my opinion, very subpar. There was no like real actual strategy. Like honestly, the way I looked at it was like, if someone didn't have the background knowledge in business that I had, there's no way they're going to succeed from this course. Like I truly felt that when I was taking this guy's course. Anyways, go through the program, was really, really not happy with it. And I remember before I even got in the program, I told him, I said, hey man, look, I just want some support. Like, what's the best one-on-one I can get with you? Like, how can we do this in a way where I really feel like I'm learning here. And he, what he said to me? He said, you know what, Saarim, my program is better than one-on-one. Why? Because I have like coaching calls, group coaching calls every single day where you're going to learn from different coaches, support, everything like that. So honestly, I took his word for it. I took his word. I said, you know what, dude, like, fine, like I don't necessarily need one-on-one. I'll come and like learn from you. So anyways, I get on these calls and they're like the most monotonous things I've ever seen. Like there's people asking basic questions. Like it just wasn't the right fit for me, to be honest, right? And I could see how badly other people were struggling in this program. And I'm looking at him like, what? So I actually fell into this trap of just listening to business coaches myself, and it actually hurt me badly. So when I was transitioning from my marketing agency to business coaching, I felt, it was time to make that shift. I thought to myself, okay, why not learn from a business coach, right? Why not learn from someone, who's been in this space for a while? So I did some research in some Facebook groups, online, some forums, and, I said, who is the best business coach? And, a lot of people were saying, go to this guy Akbar, he's the best, all of this. So I said, okay, whatever, like let me get on a call with him. Get on the call with him. At the time, his program was like $7,500 if I remember. So I said, all right, like, whatever, let's do this, right? So I get into this guy's program, and one of the first things I learned in his course is that he basically fabricated those comments about who's the best business coach. He literally said in the program, he's like, yeah, so I have the strategy where when someone types in like who's the best business coach, we get our people to comment me, like tag me, and it gets a lot of traffic. And I'm like, I mean, that's kind of unethical. And then I was looking at his testimonials before I signed up with him, and he literally says in his course, he's like, yeah, so like there were some big names in his testimonials, like people who are like well known in this online marketing space. And I looked, and I would look at those testimonials, and they built a lot of trust. And I looked at them, and I asked, I went into the course, and he's like, yeah, so I didn't actually enroll these people into my program. I gave them a bunch of free coaching in exchange for a testimonial, so it looked like I was doing like a really good job for all these high-end marketers. And I thought that was extremely unethical. Like every testimonial I show you on my page, that's someone who enrolled in my program. That is someone who paid for my service, learned from me, and that is the result. It's not like I gave someone like a free 30-minute session and said, oh yeah, you're already making like $50,000 a month, just because I give you 30 minutes, give me a testimonial. It doesn't work like that, right? Like that to me is very unethical. So again, I'm not trying to just call out this one guy here. I'm just talking about my experience, but you have to watch out for these things when you're hiring a business coach, because a lot of these guys, they don't know what they're doing, truthfully, right? They're just putting pieces together, hoping it works. So I'm just telling you, be careful, right? When you're working with a business coach, understand, okay, look at their background, where did they come from? What were they doing before business coaching? How do their clients like them? Do you get along with their personality? You have to understand, you're entering into a business relationship with this individual, meaning that you're actually going to be working with them, talking to them. If you don't like them genuinely as a person, right, it's not going to work. You have to really double down on this, right? At the end of the day, hiring a business coach to grow your business is very necessary. In fact, I encourage you to do it. And if you don't have a business coach and you're really trying to scale your coaching business or your business to a higher level, whether that be 6 figures or 7 figures, you need a coach. You absolutely need one, but you need the right coach. You need someone who you like. You need someone who has previous experience before coaching. You need someone who's been in the game. You need someone who's hit rock bottom. You need someone who can understand you, someone you can rely on. And those are the best coaches. So I'm telling you, don't just fall for like the flashy signs. I see all these like 21-year-old business coaches out there who are just like, selling these programs and stuff. Think about how much life experience do they have? Maybe they even have the business experience. And I'm not calling anyone out in particular here, but I'm talking about the life experience where, where you're struggling to pay your mortgage, where you have to feed your kids, where you have to do things like that. Like these are real life experiences that maybe a 21-year-old doesn't have. Maybe they even have the business experience, but they need to understand a little bit of life experience, right? So like, for example, I got evicted from my office, right? I know what it's like to have a landlord come to you and literally say, pack your stuff, get out, right? I had that experience at 22 years old. Now, again, I'm not saying, you need to get a business coach who's had the worst life experiences, but you need someone who understands you, right? You need a holistic. So look at this holistically when you hire your next business coach. If you are really trying to grow your coaching business to a 6 to 7 figure level, you do need a coach. You need someone to support you. Just make sure it's the right person, right? Make sure you are on one platform. Make sure you have a good client acquisition strategy. Make sure you have all that stuff dialed in. And I'm telling you, that is how you go to the moon. But you need someone to keep you accountable. So really, my moral of this video is find the right coach because you need one. Just don't get screwed over. Find the right person, and I'm telling you, you'll get to where you want to go.